that you took a drink out of? I ask a question, and he's just sitting there like a statue.
It lagged. It lagged. I didn't hear nothing.
I asked you what you were taking a drink of.
Oh, it's a frozen Dr. Pepper.
That doesn't look like Dr. Pepper.
It's a frozen Dr. Pepper.
What in the world? That's interesting. But, yes, this is a very interesting way to kick off the 6th episode of the Gamers Talk NASCAR podcast. As always, I'm Elijah Leonard alongside. That is Wyatt Walker on the left-hand side of your screen. Things got a little bit dirty, Wyatt. Let me tell you something. Things got a little bit dirty. Not just with the racing, but also with the Fox broadcast itself. We'll talk about that pretty soon. But let's talk about the truck race, the standalone race. Honestly, this was better than last year. Far better than last year. By a landslide.
That's a common trend of the tracks we go to a second time. It's always better the second time. We said this with Bristol Dirt. We said this with Coda. I think, is there one I'm missing? I think there's one I'm missing.
Road America's one, but
well, we haven't got to Road America yet. That's next week.
Yeah, we'll get there when we do.
We'll get to Road America. I think there's one more I keep forgetting, but Nashville, we're coming up to that one. That was a hit last year, so that one's not in the equation. But we'll talk about Nashville in a minute. But all the tracks that were not as good last year, like the top three by far is probably Bristol Dirt, Coda, and Knoxville. But now all three were a better hit this year.
I'd say, far better. Personally, when it comes to the Cup side, some of it just has to do with the next-gen car. Some of it has to do with just going to that track for a second time. It's kind of like a do-over. For the Truck Series, that was kind of the same way with Knoxville. However, the Fox broadcast has yet to catch up with that. You want to know why? One, they missed Jessica Friesen's flip and didn't even acknowledge it. Two, they missed Brett Moffitt riding on the front stretch wall. They missed it.
Wait, what?
They missed it.
I didn't know that one.
Oh, I knew. I was all over Twitter, and they were saying Brett Moffitt was riding up against the front stretch wall. That's why he had as much damage as he did.
Holy crap.
But, no, I feel like the race itself, good. I'm not going to say it was spectacular. It was good. Better than last year, I'll give it that. However, the FS1 broadcast was just bad. It was bad. I wouldn't really say commentary-wise, but I say from the camera work. Because
you mentioned commentary. I just want to say good job, Jamie Little, in her first ever truck broadcast.
Absolutely. She did pretty good for her first one. Not bad.
Applied on that, but continue what you were saying.
The camera work was just not good because, again, they missed two big incidents that involved trucks either at a 90-degree angle or flipping. They missed both of them. And I don't know.
Sorry.
I don't know, because and plus it's just whenever some like Jamie or Trevor or Phil Parsons, all of them up in the booth, would say, we got some great racing. Sure, we do, but we're only seeing what's happening up at the front of the field. We're not seeing anywhere else. So how do we know that it's great racing?
We know.
It's only the fans that know.
A tough break, just to mention, going on that, tough break for both Jessica Friesen and Brett Moffitt, they were both doing so well that race. They
were. They really were. I'll tell you who else deserves a tough break. Carson Hocevar. Again.
He can't catch a break.
He can't. And I feel so bad for him. He's been doing so well this year. Something's got to come along and just Screw him over. This time it was the engine, and I feel bad.
Ben Rhodes about had that issue too.
The whole time. So by the end of the race, he had pretty much everything happen to him. I'm glad he finished 10th. But you want to know something funny? I don't know if you already heard, but by the time the race ended, they figured out that there was just a big chunk of dirt that was like lodged inside of the truck, and it was covering the grill. That whole race.
I didn't hear much of that because it started lagging, and somehow I'm back on the stupid 5G.
Well, there he goes.
Oh, hold on. There we go. Better. That's better. That's the better one, and I can hear better. Stay on there.
It's not a GTN podcast without Wyatt Walker having some technical difficulty.
Yeah, stupid deal. Anyways, what were you saying?
I was saying that by the end of the race, Ben Rhodes had and his crew have found there was this big chunk of dirt that was lodged inside of the front end of the truck, and it was covering the grill that whole race. And he finished 10th with that thing.
He finished 10th. I was going to mention that too. He finished the top 10. Here's another guy I want to give like a shout out, like who's been running top 5 as I thought he would, and getting really good points that he needed. Derek Kraus.
Yes.
6th. After again starting on another pole position.
That's honestly really good for him. These are the types of runs that he really, really needs.
Especially when he's
because we're coming up to Nashville this weekend. What's the other track that the Truck Series is going to after Nashville? Are they off?
No, I think they're off. I think they're off that next week, but the next track should be Mid-Ohio, and then it's Pocono.
All right, so Nashville, you already know what to expect there. So I really hope somewhere within those next 3 events, Kraus can win at least one race.
Here's the thing about next week, and we'll talk about more. But Kraus was lead. I think he got the pole, but he led the most laps last year at that race, and then I forgot what happened. He got involved in an incident or something.
Yeah.
Something happened, screwed him, and he was leading most of it. He led most of that.
Well,
it was like a sure underdog pick to win that race. So,
well, we'll see what happens this year at least. Here's another shout out that I would like to give out here. Buddy Kofoid, man. He made it, we all know, he made his debut at Bristol earlier this year. He wasn't very familiar with the trucks. Comes to Knoxville, also still unfamiliar with the trucks. Just outside the top 10, but he still hung in there really well with that dirt experience. And first time at Knoxville, by the way. Never had been to that racetrack before. Wanted to go there so bad, but he broke his wrist like days before he was going to race there in a sprint car. But in a truck, he did pretty darn good.
Now let's start to go over the finishing results, at least the top 10. Here's a guy we haven't talked about who raced for his father's team and won. Todd Gillen. Racing for father's David Gillen's team. Wins at Knoxville. John Hunter Nemechek got second. Zane Smith, who ended up, I like what I think it was Jamie Little was calling him. He's the new closer. Yeah. He's the new Kevin Harvick.
Yeah.
I like that. Zane Smith coming up third. Ty Majeski fourth. Stuart Friesen, the dirt ringer, top 5. No surprise there. Also no surprise, Derek Kraus getting a top 10 there. Matt Crafton 7th. Grant Enfinger 8th. Tyler Ankrum 9th. I am actually surprised.
That's actually not bad for him. That's good.
I'm actually surprised. Good job, Ankrum. Ben Rhodes rounds up top 10 after having so many issues.
It's a good thing that his nightmare didn't become reality, and almost did on several occasions.
I forgot about that too. But I think he did lose the. I think he did lose the. I have to look at the point standings, but I think he did lose the top points.
Yeah, he did actually. Just he's out by 10.
Uh, I'm not sure. Buddy Kofort, how do you say that last name?
Kofoid.
Kofoid, thank you. Buddy Kofoid got 11th. Christian Eckes 12th. Chandler Smith 13th. Matty D 14th. You know what? It's not a terrible run. It's not a good run either. Haley Deegan 15th.
She actually was impressed with this run, though. She really was. Won her heat. Stayed out of trouble that whole race. She was pretty satisfied with 15th.
I was actually watching a video from Black Flags Matter about revisiting Haley Deegan, talking about her, how she's doing this season and all that. But I had to look back, and she's had so many bad races that some of it was not even her fault.
Exactly.
Just people being aggressive in the middle of the pack where she's running.
Yeah.
And she don't choose to be there too. It's just like she just happens to be there, and
stuff just happens to her. You know,
and she don't really cause any of these wrecks. It's just incidents that just happens around her that she can't avoid.
Right.
Tough break for her. She has a good run. It's good that she got a good run.
Thank goodness. I'm really glad.
Colby Howard 16th. Dylan Westbrook.
That's right.
17th. Lawless Allen 18th. Timmy Hill 19th. Chase Purdy 20th. Jack Wood 21st. Tanner Gray 22nd. Tanner Gray was running top 10 for the longest time.
I feel bad for Tanner Gray actually, because to point out he did really well. Let's see. I'm trying to see, because usually NASCAR.com would put up a graphic of how many laps drivers would lead. They didn't do it for this page, but still, nonetheless, it doesn't matter how many laps he led. The point is he ran well in this race. I think a lot better than what I thought he was going to, but it shows that over the years, I mean, even if it's on a dirt track, he is progressively gotten better over time, even if we don't see it.
Tanner Gray might win a race next year.
He very well might.
Dean Thompson finished 23rd. Joey Gase 24th. Lane Perkins 25th. Chaz Gralla, he was running good too. Then he had stuff happen to him.
Yeah.
He's 26th.
Brayton Laster,
33rd truck, got 27th. Chris Wright, 28th. Spencer Boyd, 29th. How the? Devin Rouse?
Devin Rouse, that's right.
Then you got the Moffats. Thad Moffat, 31st, and then Brett, 32nd. Bryson Mitchell, 33rd. Tough break for Jessica Friesen.
Yes.
Jessica's one of those underdogs in like the dirt that pops up in dirt that does really well, but just stuff don't happen.
Yeah.
Happen to finish it.
I really don't know how else to really describe how bad I feel for the next three guys. The next three drivers, really. Jessica Friesen, Carson Hocevar, and Tyler Carpenter, in that order. Listen.
I forgot what happened to Tyler.
He had something broke underneath his truck. There was something dragging underneath, and that's why he got knocked out. I feel bad for Tyler Carpenter from the standpoint of this was his debut race. He was actually I thought he actually was gonna run pretty well, and he did for the most part. But unfortunately, just mechanical issues knocked him out. Same thing can be said for Carson Hocevar. Did super well. He got knocked out. Jessica Friesen.
Carson,
Jessica Friesen flipped, and I don't think it wasn't even her fault. She got stuck in between a rock and a hard place, and FS1 never even acknowledged that.
let's just talk about Carson real quick. So like, ever since like he's been so close so many times, there may be one more I can't think about, but the two tracks he probably should have won was probably Bristol Dirt and Charlotte. I think there's one more I can't think about it, but ever since then, he has not been finishing good. He's just not had luck, and that just sucks. He's a good driver. He's really good. He deserves to finish the races, but he's just lucky he's still above the cutoff.
Yeah. And I feel for him too, because number one, it's painful for me to watch because he's from around this area. He's a Portage guy. Portage is probably about a half hour, maybe 45 minutes away from here, from where I live. He'll occasionally make trips to Kalamazoo Speedway. I don't think he even makes trips to Galesburg Speedway, but I know he goes to Kalamazoo Speedway, that's for sure, which is also probably about 15, 20 minutes away from me. But other than that, that's painful for me because, you know, I want to see him actually succeed. I want to see him actually run really well, and he has. Unfortunately, these numbers don't back it up, and I feel really bad. I know he's gonna win. He will win this year. Mark my words.
He's gonna win.
There's no way. He will put the puzzle pieces together, which he already has. He just needs that one more puzzle piece, and that puzzle piece is a win.
Yeah, he's definitely going to get a win here soon. But the question is where and how is he going to get it?
Right.
So, going over the points, like we were just mentioning earlier, Zane Smith still had playoff side. I'll have to pull up the other point standings soon, but Zane Smith still leads him by 3. Then John Hunter Nemechek bounces up to the top spot of the only one wins category. Rhodes second, Chandler Smith, and then Stuart Friesen. And then you got Ty Majeski with 113 points above. Eckes, 83. Hocevar dropped to 61. Ed Finger, 58. Matt Crafton, 27.
Yeah.
Then Kraus is out by 27. Matt Benedetto, 43. Tanner Gray, 50. Then Tyler Ankrum, 53. Yeah, with 3 races left, with Mid-Ohio still being the wild card track, I think the only driver who can point his way in is Derek Kraus.
Logically, yes. Yeah. Although Matty D could do it, it's very slim. But guys like Tanner Gray, Tyler Ankrum are kind of a long shot. But drivers like Chase Purdy, Timmy Hill, Colby Howard, Lawless Allen, they're 100% a long shot. And either that or they're just not going to be able to make it.
I don't really see any of those names making it.
So, you know.
Honestly, I didn't really think Ankrum was going to be part. I think he's still in a must-win.
Yeah, I would consider where he's at right now. 3 races left. It's safe to say you're in a must-win situation, regardless.
I think Matt Benedetto down are in a must-win.
Yeah.
Derek Kraus is the only one that can actually be lucky and point his way in. And that's if Crafton does not do good. I think Ty Majeski should be locked in. I think by either this week or next week, Ty Majeski is locked in by points. I
He's,
think the same will be same for Christian Eckes.
yeah. I mean, for Majeski, he's got a big enough points
I
gap.
cannot hear you. Hold on.
Anyways, but I was going to say, he does have a big enough points gap, so that should be pretty interesting. And once again, Wyatt Walker with technical issues. Again, this is not a GTM podcast without Wyatt Walker having at least one technical issue throughout this entire thing.
I don't know what's going on. I wish I knew.
But I was saying Ty Majeski does have a big enough points cushion to lock himself in within the next week or two.
I think maybe Eckes may fall into that too. But I think he Hocevar, maybe Edfinger may end up getting locked in by Mid Ohio.
Yeah.
But I think the battle is definitely between Derek Kraus and Matt Crafton for the final spot.
I think that's the true battle right there.
Derek Kraus has a legit chance to probably win this week.
Yeah. Honestly, yes. He really does. He's the only one that has a clear chance of winning. I mean, we saw that last year. Dominant.
If he don't win. Oh yeah, dominant. Yeah.
He was dominant, but yeah, of course the cards didn't fall into his favor by the end of it. But
if he don't win, then he has to have a damn good points rate, some points races over both the Mid Ohio and Pocono. If he messes up once, you better hope Matt Crafton messes up too for you to have a chance.
Yeah. Well, alrighty, this is going to be pretty interesting. I don't think there's any other topics really to bring up or anything.
I may have one. And this ain't 100% NASCAR, but this is something I want to mention. I don't know when you're going to pre-record your SRS.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Hold on a minute. I think I know where you're going with this. I think.
Yeah, because I think you've heard me say the famous racing letters.
Dude.
I don't know when I don't know if you already pre-recorded by the time this comes out. I don't know.
I'm probably not gonna do it because last year it really didn't get a good reception from viewership.
Well, why don't we just add it? Why don't we just add it here just because? Because I like talk. Because it's still racing stuff, and I think it would be pretty cool to add on.
I guess we could. I don't know. All right. I don't know what's going on here. Apparently, that's odd. Apparently, my Chrome thing is not responding. It's like, oh, there's no internet. BS, there is internet. How am I? If there were no internet, I would be disconnected from here. Oh well.
Then it wouldn't just be me.
Oh, that's fine. But
No, I'm trying to be funny. Like, then it won't be me. Then it won't be me having technical difficulties.
It wouldn't be just you.
Yep.
But no, I was gonna go ahead and say, dude. Now, I think we've been waiting. We've been wondering for the longest time, what would it be like to see Helio Castroneves behind the wheel of a stock car, a NASCAR stock car, to clarify. Now,
and we may have that chance.
It's probably going to happen. A lot of people have been hitting up the Project 91 team. They've been hitting up Trackhouse like, hey, if you had another race, how about this guy right here? You know, it was a bet that the SRX CEO would go find him a NASCAR ride, you know?
And what's the best place to do it is with the team who's going to be doing I think it was part-time next year with some international drivers. Who wants a better way to start off is with Helio Castroneves at the Daytona 500.
That'd be interesting. But I was
Do
also,
I?
but I was thinking, just let's say out of random. I'm not saying this is gonna happen, but let's say out of random, Trackhouse comes out with news like big news. We're gonna make our debut much sooner than expected, and we're gonna be debuting with Helio Castroneves at the Indy Road Course. I feel like for that makes a little bit of sense, but I'm not saying it's gonna happen.
Well, they said that he wants a chance. He said in his pre-interview after spoiler, he won. He won the SRX race in the 06.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, those cars look amazing.
And it was also apparently reported that Helio got added in last minute.
He got added in last minute and he won. Also, congrats to Ryan Newman for getting second, by the way. Actually, third. It was third, my bad.
And well, big congratulations to Bubba Pollard.
Oh yeah,
He's a big late model guy. So to see him actually duke it out with the best of the best and finish runner up, dude, that is going to elevate your career in a big way.
Oh hell yeah! And also at the end, going back to Helio real quick. After his post race interview, after winning the race, after doing a burnout and talking to the pit, was it Matt Yoakum? I don't remember who the pit reporter was.
I think probably Matt Yoakum. I probably
Matt Yoakum. He mentioned he was looking at something. It's like, you're gonna promise me we made a bet. We made a bet, and if I won, you're going to give me NASCAR right at Daytona, right? Right? Nah, he can't hear. He can't hear me. But anyways, I think we might see a 91 entry for Trackhouse. A third entry in the 91 for the Daytona 500, and I think Helio Castroneves might be it. And that's just something that's going to be interesting. Do I think he'll win? No. Do I think he'll run good? Probably.
Yeah. It's possible.
It's possible. And he wants a shot at Daytona. So.
Honestly, I think that probably would, I mean, from a long-term standpoint, it makes the most sense for Project 91 because this is a team that just popped up out of nowhere, really.
Yeah.
So for them to come into the sport with the vision, with Justin Marks' vision of bringing in international drivers, which I've said for a while, the Cup Series is in desperate need of that when it comes to their road courses, and probably just in general.
Who's the first driver that's going to be going Watkins Glen? I don't remember who.
Kimi Räikkönen.
Yeah, he's going to be the first guy to attempt to do this at Watkins Glen.
Yeah, I think he'll be. I think he's going to be the first Finnish driver to do it. I can't remember. I don't know.
But it's going to be working good because Team Trackhouse are literally the most. What's the word I'm looking for? It's not the greatest team right now. It's the most impressive.
Yeah, they've been really good this year.
They have in one season, sophomore season, they already have 3 wins.
Yeah.
Both the drivers getting their first win in the Cup Series the same season. Ross Chastain and Coda, and then following that up with another one at Talladega. And then Daniel Suarez got his first win, about time, by the way, at not Nashville, at
Sonoma,
which is amazing.
That's huge.
Trackhouse is building up really good, and we've mentioned this since we first heard about it, and since Ross Chastain moved to there. It's been the talk of the track.
Yeah. It really has, but it'll be interesting to see what news pops up in the coming weeks when it comes to Helio Castroneves in a Cup car or an Xfinity car. I don't really see him in a truck. I really don't. Either Xfinity or Cup.
Just by how big he is, I'd say just a Cup ride.
Probably. That's probably the best route for him, personally.
It is.
But I think this would be a good launch point to talk about Nashville. Nashville Super Speedway. Oh boy. Now this I think this is a weekend that I honestly have had on my radar for a while. Because first of all, trucks are going there. All 3 series are going to be there. Xfinity, we're going to have a race that will not be won by Kyle Busch in the Xfinity series. Thank the Lord.
I honestly like that. I kind of feel like pardon me, since not for the Cup Series side, but for like Xfinity truck, this is still a throwback.
It kind of is.
It's still a throwback because they used to race here a long time ago.
Yep.
Like in the early 2000s, from like what was it 2011. 2011. This 2021. I meant to say 2011.
They stopped racing here last year. This was their last time. They're going to the fairgrounds, guys. They're bringing it back early.
But no, all jokes aside, I went to the race last year in person, and I enjoyed it. That was probably one of my favorite tracks to go to in person.
Yeah.
The scene was amazing. I loved it. The racing was fantastic. I got to see Larson win in person.
Yes.
I got to see one of the champion win that race, and that was really good. It was so much fun to go to. The racing vibes was amazing. I can't wait to watch on TV. Like,
I was gonna say, I hate to break it to you, but between the both of us, I saw Kyle Larson win first. 2017, baby. I will remember that 4-wide pass into turn 1.
Yeah, that's true.
I got that on camera and everything. It's a Throwback Thursday video. Go check it out.
At least I got to see 2 5 cars win.
2 5. Oh.
I went to end. Believe it or not, the irony of that, actually, I was both on TV. I was both on TV in those races.
Nice.
Indy will probably maybe if we're lucky, put the link in the description. Put the where it's at. You'll find me in Indy, and then I'm in Eric Isup's video in Nashville too. And ironically, both drivers who won that race were number 5 cars.
That's funny. That really is funny.
Casey Kane and then Kyle Larson.
It's about a 4-year difference, but still.
It's a 4-year difference.
But, okay, so Nashville, I think, for trucks and Xfinity, we know what to expect, right? It's Cup that is honestly biggest question mark.
Technically, not really. Because trucks is always still a question mark as well. Yes, we know that Ryan Preece won last year. I don't even know he's in this race. He probably is.
We don't know until the entry list comes out, which by the time this comes out, this drops, it'll already be out, so.
Exactly. So, it's hard to know. Xfinity, we have some good ideas, even though there's some new faces stuff. We kind of have an idea, but the Cup Series and trucks, I feel like, are the most question marks, in my opinion. Cup Series more than trucks.
That's why I'm more geared towards the Cup Series, because honestly, that is the biggest mystery that we'll see, because it's
especially with next gen.
Because it's the next gen car. It's the parity amongst the setups. We don't know what that's gonna look like at Nashville Super Speedway, so that would be interesting. Trucks, I kind of feel like I know what to expect. It's just going to be some good hard racing, especially with guys like Derek Kraus and Matt Crafton, who have so much on the line right now. And as for everybody else that's below the cut line, they've also got a lot to lose, so they're going to be running pretty hard.
Definitely.
We'll see. I mean, It's gonna be interesting. It'll be fun to watch too.
Xfinity, we don't have to worry about like a cup leech going down and messing with it.
Thank
Unless
the
you have like
Lord.
someone, unless you have someone like Tyler Reddick go back to the 48, unless that's Jay.
Or uh-oh. Did he disconnect? Uh-oh. Well, that's not good. That is not good at all. I think he oh, there he is. I thought that was me, but it wasn't. Uh-oh.
What the hell? Bro, everything just went like everything just like both monitors just like everything just went off and then went back on. I'm like, what the hell just happened?
Oh, like did your screens fade to black?
No, it didn't go to black. It was just like, so when I hooked my my cord up to connect to my second monitor, my computer does like a zoom out and
Oh, yeah.
videos that quick data. But both monitors just kind of did that, and everything, all the tabs and stuff, went off,
Oh, fine.
and then it just like, and my internet didn't even mess up or anything. It just did that random. Like, what the hell just happened?
That's funny. Anyways, as you were saying,
I forgot what I was saying.
I was also gonna say, like, you were talking about Tyler Reddick in the 48. Hopefully that doesn't happen. I mean, Cole Custer in the 07.
Yeah.
For green light racing, which I wouldn't, because like if for Cup drivers going to smaller teams, I don't mind that personally. It's Cup drivers with top tier teams. For example, Kyle Busch with Joe Gibbs Racing.
Let me think. I'm trying to think of another example, but I can't. Actually, wait. Oh crap! You know what I just thought of? I think we may have one.
Oh. Uh-oh.
I think Hendrick Motorsports is debuting in Xfinity again.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's either gonna I think
it's Larson.
Yeah, I think the 17's gonna be at Road America, so I think it'll be the 88 this week. I think.
No.
Are you sure?
17's the whole. No, it's going. Hendrick's going to be driving 17 the whole time.
Well, still, what a throwback!
Yeah, but oh my, what in the world is this?
What? What do you see?
So I'm just looking on Facebook just to see if there's maybe an entry list. Look at this! It just popped up. Tate Fogelman has joined Rackley War as a driver for 2022 season.
I did see that.
Fogelman will drive the 26 Chevrolet for one race, Nashville. I did not know this.
I actually knew about that. That's a big opportunity for him.
And we don't. What happened? I actually don't know this. What happened with him in the 30?
I don't know.
What happened? He just up and just drive for them no more. So, like, I don't understand what happened to him. It was just out of the blue. It's like,
right.
And next thing you know, I'm now looking at Facebook, the thing I usually go to find all my information stuff, and that's the first thing I see. What the hell is this?
Right.
When did this pop up? Well, so that's a little extra news, y'all.
Yeah.
I didn't even know.
That's interesting, but.
And this is on Monday when we're pre-recording this, and it just happened to see the information.
Yeah. But okay, so I think well, my computer's also running a little bit hot, so I think we're gonna have to pick up the pace here. So let's jump straight over to predictions For all 3 series, this is how we do our predictions, just in case if you are new. We give you a driver who we think is going to win. That's pretty self-explanatory. Driver to stay away from is the driver that hasn't been doing well the last couple of weeks, or we're just coming up to a track where they suck at. Dark Horse is the exact opposite. So this might be a big question mark for some of these other series. I don't know, but it'll be fun to watch. Wyatt, you're up first.
Okay. Okay, I'm done.
All right, that's good. My turn.
I'm kidding. So, trying to do this kind of rapid quick. My dark horse driver for the truck series. I don't know if he's in it, but I think I'm going to go ahead and pick him. If he's not, then I just may pick another driver just to be on the safe side. I'm going to say Ryan Preece as a dark horse.
Yeah.
But if he's not in the race, Time Jeske.
It's a solid pick.
My driver stay away from. I'm sorry, buddy. You're definitely not going to make the playoffs after this one. Matt DeBed though.
Ooh.
I look back at him. I don't think he ran all that well. Nashville, I don't really have much faith in Matty D. But the other guy I have faith in, he better help me get my playoff predictions right. My driver to win, Garrett Kraus. Picking him to win.
He's a good one.
My Xfinity picks. This one's kind of iffy because I don't know if we're going to have a cup leeches in this race in Hendricks. I know Road America, I actually need to look that up and see, but continuing on from that, my dark horse, it's kind of tough. I'm trying to think of last year. Yes, Elijah will be iffy about this one, but my dark horse probably going to be Ty Gibbs.
Iffy.
Well, because I know.
Iffy.
I didn't pick him to win.
Iffy.
Well, you're not a fan of him, but I thought you meant maybe.
Iffy is a little bit of an overstatement.
Overstatement.
How dare you? How dare you pick a kid in which everybody blew up about when he got taken out by Jesse Wuji, which I still to this day, as not good of a driver as he is, I still to this day applaud Jesse Wuji for doing.
That just made me think of a good one for this next category.
Oh boy.
Speaking of drivers and not doing the best, my driver stay away from. I think it's going to be Sheldon Creed.
Yeah. I hate to say it, but yeah.
I hate to say it too. He's not having a good rookie season. My driver to win. You know what? He has 2 wins this season. We're going to make it 3. Tied with Ty Gibbs. He may be a championship favorite on my end. Josh Berry.
Absolutely. This man will go on to do God's work.
Josh Berry.
Not that little spoiled little silver spoon brat Ty Gibbs.
Josh Berry has impressed me more this year than last year. Not only getting more, well, he's tied with the same amount of wins, but he's full time. He's definitely making the playoffs. What else can I say about Josh Berry?
Right.
He was out of nowhere brought in from Junior Motorsports. Won at Martinsville last year, getting his first win in the 8 car, mind you.
Yep.
And then filling in for Michael Annett in the 1 at Vegas, winning that race. And then Dover, and then Charlotte. Getting Junior Motorsports, their first ever win at Charlotte.
Yep.
What else can you say about Josh Berry? I think he's going to get it done. I think he's going to get done in Nashville.
There's a big chance.
The Cup Series. This one, you know what? I think I got this one. I got this one. The only one that's going to be iffy is to stay away, but Dark Horse. He qualified on the pole. I forgot where he finished, but I think it was top 10. I'm going to go with Eric Almirola.
All right.
Last final race in Nashville, he's going to kick it off with a bang. I think he's going to have a great finish. Get back up in the points. Be more than 7 above the cutoff. I think he's going to do good.
You could do it.
Now, I'm going from one Stuart Haas to another.
From one Stuart Haas to another.
Stay away. You have a guess which one?
Cole Custer.
Give you a hint. I was about to say, give you a hint. It's not the one. It's not the one that sucks the most right now. Which you were saying is Cole Custer. It's not Cole Custer.
Oh, so it's not the chicken cock?
It's not chicken cock, no.
Kevin Harvick?
Yep, Kevin Harvick.
Wow. Yeah. It does make sense.
Kevin Harvick is my pick to be the stay away. Just I don't remember how he finished last year, but it's like his season's not doing all that good. And since Suarez won, that kicked him out of the playoffs. He's currently 7 points below from his teammate, who's been, this is his final season, and he's doing better than Kevin Harvick.
Yeah.
He's most likely going to retire next year.
There's a chance of that, too.
That's saying something. But, my driver to win, he did not win last year, but he was runner-up. I came out of nowhere to become runner-up. Surprised me. And I was there in person.
Yeah.
Ross Chastain.
It's a good pick.
Getting another win to Trackhouse. Back-to-back wins for Trackhouse. This is going to be a really good race.
With somebody like Ross Chastain, he's definitely shown some really good speed on some of these other mile and a halves, even though the Nashville's just under that. But It's in that configuration. He's done pretty well at that. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, all things aside, it's my turn. So, for the driver to win in the Truck Series, it's going to be a little bit difficult, but I think I might have to go with, I think I'm going to say Zane Smith is the driver to win. Because really, let's be honest, like there'll be races where I think he'll be pretty dominant, but he is a very sneaky driver. Very sneaky, very quiet. He'll just come right up out of nowhere and probably snatch a win away from you. Like, for example, I don't know if it's the best example, Daytona. Daytona was a pretty good example of that.
I got one better for you. Coda.
You know what? Yes. That's true.
Coda's an example.
That's true. That's a better example than Daytona.
And it's showing that he's starting to take the new closer name from Kevin Harvick. I think that's actually that's a sneaky pick for Stuart Haas if you think about it.
That's true.
You replace one closer with another closer.
Hey, there you go. I just apparently pulled my earbud out. And I don't know where it went exactly. Dang it. Oh, there it is. Hold on.
Technical difficulties on his.
I don't even know what you're saying. Hold on. Alright, there we go. Now I can hear.
Technical difficulties on his side, folks. About time.
Not as technical as you. Driver to stay away from. That's what I was going to get to. Driver to stay away from. That, I hate to... See, that's tough. That really is tough. But I'm going to say for my driver to stay away from, I will have to agree with Matty D. I do not see any way that he'll... I think he'll run good, but I do not see any other way that the numbers are going to back it up. I hate to say it. Dark Horse, I'm going to bank on Derek Kraus for this one. Last year, you mentioned it, super dominant. Had something happen to him in the late stages of the race. I think he could probably pull something similar. He'll probably pull something similar off, but if he wins, that's an even bigger deal for him.
Exactly. And that helps him in the playoffs too.
It does. Xfinity. Oh boy. Driver to win. This will be big. I think Josh Berry is also going to be somebody that I will hardcore bank on. Driver to stay away from. George. Brandon Jones.
You know what? I see it. Yeah.
I honestly, I hate to say that because Brandon Jones will run good, but he has the unluckiest types of races for him. I don't know how else to point it out. You did say he has a win, right?
He does have a win this season, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing, but at the same time, though.
Right. Just some of these other numbers don't do justice. He has some of the most unluckiest numbers, but he runs really, really well, though. Dark Horse, I think I'm going to have to say Justin Allgaier for this one. Last year, I think he finished a runner-up last year.
Yeah, he was a name I was thinking about, too.
Yeah. Cup. Oh, boy, here we go. Now, this one's a tough one. I'm going to say driver to win. On the safe side, he could very well pick up right where he left off. He could have done it a couple weeks ago, but here we are. Kyle Larson, I think I'm going to say, is the driver to win.
That's a good one.
Driver to stay away from. I think I'm also going to have to hardcore bank on Kevin Harvick for this one. I'm sorry, but the last first half of the season, what feels like he just has really, really fallen off. And I think some of it has to do with that parity amongst the setups. He'll run good. Don't get me wrong, he'll run good. But it's not to the level that he used to run at. And it's clear to see. So,
Harvick is starting to become the 2018 Jimmy Johnson.
I hate to see it, but it's true.
Actually, no. Take that back. Johnson actually made the playoffs that year. No, I'm thinking the 2019.
Yeah. Except the difference between 2019 Jimmy Johnson and 2021 through 2022 Kevin Harvick, Johnson had some more incidents than Kevin Harvick did and currently does. So, I hate to say it, but that's true. Dark Horse, I'm going to bank on Ross Chastain for this one. Runner-up last year. Has the speed. He has the equipment to actually get up there and make some noise. If he wins, that's great. If he doesn't, he'll run good. He's going to run good. 1,000,000%.
And keep this in mind, too. Not that far back in points of half for the regular season points.
Yeah.
So right now, he's only 16 points behind Chase Elliott. Yeah, not counting Kyle Busch is still lurking back there, 25 back, or 23 back. Ryan Blaney.
Yeah. Well, that's going to be good.
The regular season point is heating up.
It's heating up in a big way. Just like it's heating up in my room. So, Wyatt, we're coming up on the Nashville weekend. Any final thoughts before we get things in the state, well, basically the home of music, underway.
Basically the home of my favorite type of music, country. And I can't wait to go back. Can't wait. Oh, I'm not going back. Can't wait to watch this race on TV this time. It's gonna be amazing. Can't wait to have Dale Jr., Jeff Burton. I just lost his name.
Rick Allen.
Rick Allen. Thank you. And my memory just sucks.
It's all right.
Sometimes.
It's all right.
And the crew chief. I forgot his name.
Steve Letarte.
Steve Letarte. I'm bad. Also, my Netflix Explorers Lava buddy, Rutledge Wood.
Yes. I'm really happy to see Rutledge Wood. Goodness gracious, that precious boy. But
yeah, it'll be amazing. I can't wait.
It should be pretty amazing. It's great to see NASCAR and NBC finally back in our lives after some yeah. Although the graphics were great for Fox, their commentary was kind of a little sloppy on the parts of Clint Boyer, really, mainly Clint Boyer. Speaking of Clint, I hope he's doing okay. I mean, after some of the stuff that's happened recently. But
did you hear what happened to him?
I did. And it's bad. I feel bad for him. Anyways.
Not his fault either.
Anyways, let's end this off on a positive note. Let's not make this all sad and gloomy and everything. Thank you guys a lot for watching. If you like this, be sure to give it a like. And if you haven't considered subscribing yet, I recommend you do so in order to keep up with some fine content coming out in the near future. That about does it for me. On behalf of Wyatt Walker, I'm Elijah Leonard signing out, and we'll see you in the next one.
See ya.